Hello and welcome to this video on the importance of creating your contact list. First of all, I want to welcome you to the team and congratulate you on watching this video. If you don't know me, my name is Barkowski and I started my Arbonne business 7 years ago. At that time, I had recently moved to Montreal, and when I moved to Montreal, I actually didn't know a single person here. I actually didn't know a single person here or in Quebec. So if there's one person that can probably guide you and show you the importance of treating this list with all the respect it deserves, it will probably be me. So you've just started your business, and I'll bet that you are already wondering when you're going to run out of people to talk to and what you're going to do next. And that obviously is why we create a contact list, so that that actually never happens to you. And doing this in a very precise manner will be the difference between you treating this business like a hobby or you deciding to become a network marketing professional. Why do we make a contact list? First of all, it's important to know that your mind will automatically always revert to about 20 people that you know, and not writing these people down on the list will make it that your mind will always go back to them and won't leave any space for anybody else. And you will be amazed, but really amazed, when you start doing this list and you realize just how many people you actually know. And you're probably thinking already right now, yeah, but I'm not going to contact everybody I know. And I want you to know that that is not the point of this exercise. Everybody that you are going to be writing down on this list, and we have a template for you already that you have in your starting guide. You are not going to be contacting all of these people, okay? And so that's not the point. The point is that you have to write them down on paper to create space in your mind for other people to come in. It's a real exercise that will take you a long time to do if you actually decide to do this like you should. And even if you think right now that maybe you don't really have a big network, your network is bigger than you think, and you need to get that network down on paper to be able to create space in your mind for other people to come in. So on the template that you have, we have given you guidelines of how to think about all the people that you know, starting back to school, where you live, where you have lived, all the people in your professional circle, professionals that you work with, hobbies, all of that. So go through the list and start writing every single person down. And if you do this the right way, then you will see that your list will definitely have hundreds, maybe thousands of people on it. And you know, sometimes when we start this business, we tell ourselves, oh, I don't want to be bothering my family, my friends. I don't want to be nagging them. I don't want to become that consultant. And yeah, you don't want to become that consultant, definitely, because those consultants are the ones who give us a bad reputation because they do not do things the way they should. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't talk to your family or friends if you want to. That's probably where you're going to find your first clients, business partners. Probably, maybe not, because sometimes we're surprised that the people closest to us are not the ones who encourage us the most. So don't be surprised if that happens to you. That's actually really very common. But the thing is, when we don't take this list seriously and when we don't take the time to update it constantly, what happens is what I said in the beginning: we will always revert to the same people, and then we start always contacting the same people because we don't know who to contact otherwise. And then that's when we start becoming that annoying consultant. Okay, so you start off with the people you know, definitely, and probably your first launches will be with these people, and that's fine. That's the best way to start. But then you have to grow your mind and you have to start seeing things differently. the contact list will be your lifeline throughout your whole professional journey. And it is important that you know right now that it is an ongoing list that never ends. If you want to do this right, you should be aiming to add people to this list every single day. And there are so many ways to add people to the list. And so we've broken it down for you in 3 different steps. So the first step is obviously, who do you know? We've also shown you on the template how we suggest that you actually create the list by name, by country, by city, contacts, and notes. And in the notes, for example, I use that to tell myself, to remind myself where I met these people, maybe an important conversation that I had with them, something that I can lead with, something that I can follow up with. Or like I said, maybe it's just to remind myself of how I actually met this person, because someone I meet today, I might forget them like in a year or 2 or even more, and we don't want to forget anybody. So that's step 1. Why also do we use country and city? Well, we are an international company, and obviously, usually we start off with the people closest to us, so maybe in the same city, probably in the same province, most likely in the same country. But we might know people elsewhere, and Arbonne is already in 6 different countries. Soon we're going to be opening other countries, sorry. And it's important for us to know, who do we know elsewhere in the world? And also because maybe one day we're actually going to contact these people because they are in a country where we're in, but maybe the fact of thinking about people that are further away from us will also expand our mind. And when we start thinking about them, maybe we'll realize that they know somebody who is in a country where Arbonne is already in. So it's just like connecting the dots and trying to put a maximum of dots onto the map. So that will definitely be helpful for you in the future. So I suggest that you do that right away. I also highly suggest that you do not write all these names on paper only. Maybe you can use Excel if you know how to use that. Maybe you can create your list in your notes, but just so that you know there's no chance that you'll actually lose this list. And also, for example, if you're using an Excel sheet, well, then afterwards you can kind of search. You can search by country, you can search by name, you can search different. You can also put things in different order. I find that very helpful for myself. So step 1 is, who are your contacts? Take the time to really think about it. You will see that you know many more contacts than you think. Step 2 is thinking of the contacts of your contacts. Who do they know? And that really is also very important because, first of all, you can also ask the question. You can say to people, I've started a new business. I'm really excited. I'm looking for leaders in this or this country. Do you know anybody that I could talk to who either could be interested or maybe who could put me into contact with other people who they know that could be interested? So that's already a great conversation point. And also, when we start thinking about our contacts, you'll see that all of a sudden we get a whole bunch more names, obviously, to add to that list. And number 3 is finding new contacts. So I always get asked the question, how did you build a network and how did you add to your contact list? Because like I said, I didn't know anybody when I started. And truth is, I'll tell you exactly what I did. First of all, I got really sociable and I decided that meeting people was a skill that I had to develop. And if you don't know me, I'm not an extrovert at all. I love being by myself. I'm somebody who's never bored. Before Arbonne, I always thought I had enough friends. I wasn't out looking to build new relationships. I'm so grateful that I did, though, because I have built so many friendships, met some amazing people thanks to my Arbonne business, and I'm extremely grateful for that. But in the beginning, I decided, and I knew that the only way I could be successful in a network marketing company was to build a network. So How did I do it? And I'll encourage you to do the same, obviously being sociable, okay? But then I decided to join a gym. I joined a gym next to me, next to my house, and I signed up for classes that I knew had people going every week. So the same people. I didn't just go to a gym to work out and, like work out on machines where I wouldn't meet anybody because people on machines don't talk to each other. I deliberately signed up for classes and I created so many great friendships in that class that I still go to today. And most of these people, like 90%, either became consultants or clients. And all of them have become friends. So that's the first thing I did. Also, so I would encourage you. What are the sports? Maybe if that's something that interests you, find things that interest you and deliberately go out, do them, and put yourself in situations where you're doing them in a context where you can actually meet new people. So, for example, I love to paint. I went to art school and I haven't painted in years because I've always been too busy. So, when I started my Arbonne business, I said, okay, what do I love to do? What are my hobbies that I would love to do? And so I signed up for a painting class and I went there once a week and made a whole bunch of friends, made new clients, made new consultants. Also, what I did, I started talking to people in my street. I started organizing neighborly drinks that ultimately became neighbor dinners that we did regularly. And actually, my neighbors didn't even know each other at that time. And thanks to me, actually, they all got to know each other and they all became friends. And we are all friends to this day. And we have Facebook chats and we meet up once in a while to go for lunches. And it's a whole bunch of fun. And a whole bunch of them have actually become clients, obviously, because when I was doing these drinks, dinners, whatever, obviously everybody talks about what they do. And so I talked about what I did. And then it was a great time to say, look, I do this. Regularly, I organize events at my house. Would you be interested to come? I think you might like it. And most people always said yes. So that was another way that I did. And then I accepted every single invitation that anybody gave me. Instead of saying I'm too tired, I don't feel like it, I just want to watch Netflix or whatever. If somebody invited me to something, and still to this day, I will go unless like I really can't or there's a big problem. If I can, I will go. And I also organize. It's important to become creative. How can you meet people? So, for example, you can organize, I don't know, walks with neighbors. You can also go to groups, Facebook groups, Instagram groups, find people that you share common interests with and connect with these people, find common ground, and then maybe organize events yourself with these people or start chatting with them individually outside of the group once you've already made that initial contact. There's really so many ways of finding new people. And when you become very deliberate about noticing people and opening conversations, you will see that, it's not that difficult to meet new people. And to finish off, I just want to remind you again, in case you don't know my story, that I was approached by Alexandra Sauvé in a shopping center and we were complete strangers. So she decided that day that she would talk to somebody new. And she talked to one person, and that one person was me. And she could easily have not talked to anybody, but the fact that she was deliberate about meeting somebody new that day, well, I came out of that with my success line. So you never know who you're going to talk to. You never know what's going to come from this conversation, but it's just about being deliberate about the effort that you put in and what it is that you want to create. So do that list the best that you can. The way I use that list afterwards is that is my main list. I have thousands of people on that list now. And every single month I will take from that list another list, probably about between 50 and 100 names. And I tell myself, those are the people that I'm going to contact this month. And those are the people that I either create new conversations with, invite to my events, invite to coffee dates or things like that. And this way, I actually never run out of contacts because everybody new that I meet goes onto my main contact list. I'm doing my best to feed it all the time. And out of that list, I take out the list of people I'm contacting in the month. And to be very honest, there's no way that I can tell myself the lie that I have nobody to talk to anymore because I just have so many people on that list. So I encourage you to do the same. Do this professionally, treat this list with all the respect that it deserves, and I promise you, you will never run out of people to talk to. Have a great day.